Two stories are colliding today in Minneapolis. One says a federal officer barely survived a violent attack. The other says a mother was shot unnecessarily by the government meant to protect her. A 37-year-old woman is dead. An immigration agent fired the shots, and the country is once again asking a familiar, uncomfortable question. When does law enforcement cross the line? Tonight, we break down what we know, what remains disputed, and why this incident is rapidly becoming a national flashpoint. Here is what is not in dispute. Wednesday morning, just after 10:25, federal immigration agents approached a vehicle stopped on a residential street in Minneapolis. Video shows agents surrounding the SUV, one officer at the driver's side door, another positioned near the front. As the vehicle begins to move, shots are fired. The car veers, loses control, and crashes into a parked vehicle. The driver, identified as Renee Nicole Good, a U.S. citizen and the mother of a 6-year-old boy, dies at the scene. The FBI has confirmed it is now leading the investigation. From there, the narratives sharply diverge. Federal officials say the officer acted in self-defense, claiming the woman attempted to run over an agent with her vehicle. The president described the incident as a brutal attack on law enforcement, arguing the officer is lucky to be alive. But Minneapolis officials tell a very different story. The city's mayor called the shooting reckless, questioning whether the officer was ever struck at all. Video circulating online does not clearly show contact between the vehicle and the officer, and local leaders say conclusions are being drawn before the facts are settled. This shooting did not happen in a vacuum. It comes amid one of the largest federal immigration operations ever conducted, with thousands of agents deployed across Minnesota. The operation is part of a broader crackdown on immigration and alleged fraud, policies praised by supporters as long overdue enforcement and condemned by critics as provocative and destabilizing. Within hours of the shooting, protests erupted in Minneapolis, then spread to cities across the country. At the center of this case is a legal threshold. Under Minnesota law, deadly force is justified only if an objectively reasonable officer believes there is an immediate threat of death or serious harm. Vehicles complicate that analysis. Courts have often ruled that a moving car can be a deadly weapon, even without direct contact. That means this case may hinge on perception, not outcome. What the officer believed in that moment, not what happened seconds later. Beyond politics and policy, there is a family left behind. Friends and relatives describe Renee Good as compassionate, someone who cared for her neighbors, someone who avoided confrontation. A 6-year-old child will grow up without his mother. No investigation, no ruling can change that reality. If you value coverage that separates fact from rhetoric and gives you the full picture, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us keep this conversation grounded in evidence, not noise. This case will test more than one officer's decision. It will test federal authority, state resistance, and public trust in institutions already under strain. Whether this becomes another unresolved tragedy or a turning point for accountability depends on what investigators uncover and whether the country is willing to wait for answers. So we ask you today, did this officer act to save a life, or was this a line that never should have been crossed? Tell us what you think in the comments. We read them, and we continue this conversation together. I'm your anchor. Thank you for watching.